Welcome to this session about hybrid cloud, in which I will be presenting. My name is Jan Eleman, and I'm the CEO and also one of the co-founders of Servoy. Let's start with the agenda of today. I'd like to start with a quick introduction about what does cloud computing mean, what does software as a service mean. Probably all already know this, so just a quick refresher, and then we will have a look at hybrid applications. What does it mean? What can you do with it? Then we will have a look at going green with your product. What can you do to make your software product greener than it already may be at this point in time, or in particular when you're running it using software as a service in the cloud. And finally, we will have a look at a couple of case studies of some companies that made the move to a hybrid platform into cloud computing using software as a service. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask them in the Q&A section on the right-hand side, or you can also use the chat channel if you don't have the Q&A section. We will try to answer questions as they come in, and otherwise we will take them at the end of the session, or I will get back to you with any answers that may need a more in-depth reply. Quick backgrounder about Servoy, the company that I run. Servoy is a company that develops and sells a hybrid development, deployment and integration platform, which is used by ISVs and also by corporate customers to develop both in-house products and also products that can be deployed using software as a service and cloud computing. Our company has offices in about 12 countries worldwide and can assist locally in these countries and remotely in other countries. Quick recap about the software as a service models. Globally, there are 4 different models. There is the multi-tenant model, which is the most flexible software as a service model, where everything is shared. It gives lower cost, it gives better scalability, and really the future of cloud-based applications are those applications that are multi-tenant. There's a sort of in-between model, which is the multi-database model, where most of the infrastructure is shared, but except for the database. And this can be a situation where you're in if you're moving existing databases to the cloud. It can be an easy migration. And sometimes there are regulations, for example, in particular healthcare or financial institutes. It may be obligatory to have different databases per tenant. And in that case, it's important to be able to support that architecture. Then there is the multi-instance model. This is actually the classic ASP model, where all you really do is host the application for the customers. Instead of the customer having their own hardware, you as a provider or the hosting company has dedicated hardware to run the software as a service application. Benefit is that you can very quickly take existing apps and make them software as a service. The downside is obviously that you don't get any of the scale benefits that you would have with true software as a service. So this is typically the SaaS implementation you don't want to do. It's only an interim solution. You will have high costs and high maintenance to maintain the applications. So the next acronym that I'm introducing is PaaS, Platform as a Service. And Platform as a Service is really also an acronym that is now more and more merged into the cloud computing paradigm. But the Platform as a Service is really everything that software companies need to be able to offer software as a service to their customers. So that's first of all the development tools to make the product, and then the deployment tools, the initial deployment tools to take applications in production, but also ongoing deployment tools to bring new versions of software in production, to deploy this to customers, the management tools to manage this whole process, and obviously also